Good morning out of Europe, out of Switzerland. Bonjour, guten Tag. Richard, tell us about the thematic of the book, Cashless, as we all know. What is it about and how do you feel this morning?
I feel a sense of relief. What's the book about? How is it formatted? So you just can't write a book about central bank digital currency as standalone in China, because there's a history of what came first. So the book is divided into three distinctive sections. The first section is all about digital payment in China, what I call version 1.0, which is Alipay and WeChat Pay. They command 94% of the market, and they disrupted banking, disrupted the entire payment, banking, financial system here. Second section goes on to what is a CBDC, or a central bank digital currency? How do they work? What are the overall design decisions? And then how did China, what decisions did it make in its? Then we'll go on to internationalization and what's the likely usage of this, and that's hotly contested, and I understand people will dispute my findings. And then the third final section of the book is about, well, how did banking change? How did open banking change? What were the changes to society that were brought about by the digital payment platforms, Alipay and WeChat Pay? And what more can we expect with what I call version 2.0 payment? We're now a generation, or on the second generation of payment. And if we saw this much movement with the first generation, how much more? Where are we going with this second generation? And the whole goal is to compare it and contrast it with what happens in the West.
Tell us briefly, who is your audience? Because what angle are you taking in the book? Is it more technical? Is it more market oriented? What level of knowledge or understanding is presumed? Who is your audience for this book?
It's written for an international business person who is curious and wants to learn what's going on. Look, there's already tons of articles in the newspaper about digital currency. It's a hot subject right now. So it's not written for, say, only the fintech audience. My goal is to be able to educate a business leader who does international business, who may have RMB transfers ongoing, to help them understand both what happened in China and where it's going to take them, and why they may, in some future, want to use digital RMB for some of their import-export business coming in and out of China. And I say that the digital currency future that we are living in China today is where you will be in 5 or 10 years in the West. So if you're aware of those changes, it will help you, even as a domestic business person who maybe never sees or never hopes to see a Chinese digital currency. So it's future looking to help people understand what I call our shared digital currency future is going to look like, because it will be shared. Thank you very much for having me.
Congratulations, Richard, and bon voyage to the book around the world.
Thank you so much for having me, Efi.
Thanks to everybody.